Jean Isaac, and I come from Segetane. That's up at the end of Wilson Lake, and it's about 250 miles north of Mackenzie. That's the town of Mackenzie. And I was born on January 1945, January 26, 1945. And I lived most of my life in that area, around Fort Graham and Injinica. Actually, I grew up along the Injinica River. And there are many things that I would like to share with different people, that they will know who we are and where we come from. And the legend is a way that I figure I'll get close to many people by telling legends, telling stories to people.
Who are your parents?
My parents are Susan Thoma and Thomas Thoma. They're both deceased now. My mom died this year, and so it's mostly in her honor that I guess I'm doing this, because she told us most of those stories when we were just little guys.
And your mom's from this area as well?
Yes.
And your dad?
Yes, they are both are from Fort Greene.
And what story are you going to start out with?
I'm going to start with a man named Nazaz, and I don't know what the name means, but this man is a very comical guy, does a lot of things to wildlife and does a lot of things even to other human beings like himself. And sometimes in the process he outdoes himself. And so this is one of the stories. A long time ago there was a man named Nazaz, and in our language we will say, Kodo Klingidane Nazaz Uye. No one seemed to know where he came from. Ajumada Jeda what's a Kangyade Uweji. But one thing was certain, that he was a trickster. He played tricks on any gullible man or beast. Dane sada wisha aku gati gujuka. Sometimes he outdid himself in the process. Satata datiniku adata koyati. And this story is of such a case. Jidekhat jahi hong jeda what cook now the jits. One fine day Nazaz was walking on the trail which led to a lake, and he was getting hungry. Sawizene atane miretse de tane kehwaya. And mirets the tanek at the rayas ijuda padaja. So he quickened his steps in anticipation of roasted fish. So sure wojit it was a rayat watch. When he arrived at the lake, he looked for fish, but there was none in sight. Mire ka nini ya ju suwe ka na tangu suwe na chu. He looked around the lake and he spotted some swans swimming toward him. He had an idea. Mire ke wok ane tai ju. Ko the gig or seek aneta. What is another this it put it. So he hit and pulled some young tree roots, and he began to fashion a rope. What honey ya kada kaya atlu etlul Allah. He twisted the roots together and made a long rope. Aku kaya atlu hizotlul kadazi Allah. With the rope he sneaked to the water's edge, dove in and began to tie the swan's feet together. Mirema, what's a chini yatlo? Aku dat takit ke sinatlu izo. He tied until he felt he had enough. Sinayatlu izo kulachera kudachida tanasape. He swam to the shore and gave the rope a yank, and the motion frightened the swans, and they ran for flight. Tanasat pede etlul ni chehiju akus taki tzad tare was hulanada tasewatoa. As they lifted off, Nazaz and had a surprise of his life, for as the swan took flight, Nazaz went up with them. Hulatagina in jet te iju Nazaz juwa ehije it ag. He let out a yell, and the frightened swans soared into the sky with Nazaz dangling from the rope. Now in jail, Jew Nazaz ehije tsaze yakize kulakwa me nada that the zaljo lase nada that ni hanging on for dear life on the as the swan flew to an unknown destination with him. Ayitlut sadak ahut honma enada terte akudaki taki amahna inche za winle za sogama ninin che sa tumara kichi se namama nanin che